I walked in here tonight and I was like, Jesus, I took a quick poll. I was like, I don't know what I should talk about. Should I talk about a girl I'm friends with who used to work in an S&M dungeon, or the first time I smoked crack, or when a bartender photographed my butthole? And Tamale looked at me and said, when in doubt, go with buttholes. So when I first moved here to Austin from Brooklyn, everyone was like, oh, you moved into a really great building. Just be careful of that bar across the street. Okay, why? It's loud. There's always bikers hanging out there. Tell me more. So I eventually go in, and yes, there are 4 Harleys parked on the sidewalk out front, blocking the bike rack. And the clientele, it's people like me. Chefs, welders. Everyone has knuckle tattoos, except for me. Almost everybody has a septum ring, except for me. There's old Mexican drunks. I'm old and I'm a drunk. Mi español no es bueno. There's potheads. There's metal on the jukebox. I dated the bartender for 8 months who worked there. And I asked about security with the owner one day. I was like, yo, Chris, if you ever need security, like, I need pickup gigs, man. He goes, he looked around, he goes, do you really think I need a bouncer? I was like, no, you're absolutely right. And my buddy River, I can tell when he's pulling up. River is a weird-ass hippie who kisses me on the mouth when he sees me. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a little Biden-esque. Okay. I'm riffing here, everybody. And I can always tell, because I can tell the sound of the engine on his Harley, and he comes in with a marmalade cat that looks like Morris on a shoestring leash. Literally, it's a shoestring. And the cat and the Chihuahua named Negro Modelo, they both prance up and down the bar, like all night long. Like, look at me. Well, I'm a dog. Look at me. And River had dared me. He was like, because I was getting a Jason Statham length hair. And that's when the Statham comes out. And he said, I bet you won't do a sidewalk. That's why I have this stupid haircut right now. I have to shave it off because I'm officiating a wedding this Saturday. Put that in your file of, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And yeah, I mean, it's a bunch of lunatics. I mean, one of the bartenders, whenever he gets too drunk on a shift, I help him pack up and then he sleeps on my couch. Because I'm literally right across the street. And I gotta look out for my buddy. And I went in there a couple of days ago and there were a bunch of tech nerds, hipster guys in computers, and don't get me wrong, I'm into computers. But they were being so fucking loud. And I'm fucking loud. And I just looked at Jade and I said, I'm gonna fucking kill these guys. He goes, I've wanted to kill them for about an hour. I said, do you want me to intervene? He goes, I won't complain. So I walked up to the 2 guys, and they're sitting at the bar, and I went like this with my forearm. I said, okay, based on my shirt size, you guys are about 18 inches apart. They were like, yeah. I was like, you have no fucking reason to be talking that loud. You're pissing me off, and you're pissing the bartender off, and that's not something you want to do. They were like, oh, okay, sorry. We've been drinking, we're having a good time. I was like, it's cool. I go back to my end of the bar, I sit down, and then the third comes in and joins them, and they're like, yeah, that guy down there says we're being too loud. And that's when me and my 2 other buddies who look like me, we all just sort of turned and stared, making it quite clear that there is a volume level to be spoken at. And I said to a friend of mine, I'm like, do you think they realize that there's 3 gnarly looking biker dudes who are at least carrying 6 knives between the 3 of them? He was like, no, I'm not surprised. But we're gonna be here. There was one night I walked in and one of the bartenders, Kayla, she looks at me and she goes, I'm so fucking sick of men. And I was like, fine. Cool. She goes, no. This guy was in here all night tonight hitting on me, just whispering, I want to eat your pussy. I was like, and? She goes, I told him to get the fuck out. I was like, all right, girl power. And then 10 minutes later she goes, will you read this fucking text message?
Oh no.
And it says, send me a dirty picture.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, Kayla, I sense a challenge. I haven't showered in 8 days. And my ass is covered in tattoos and fur. You got a couple of minutes to go into the men's room? She was like, abso-fucking-lutely. So we go into the men's room and I drop my pants and I'm literally like spreading like this over the toilet in front of her. Full brown cornhole. And she snapped a photo and she sent it to him. He didn't come back in the bar until 2 nights ago. And he apologized for being rude to her. Now, I've been photographed nude before. I'm not ashamed. The catch is that it's still on her phone. And she passes it around the bar whenever I'm in there. I'm not ashamed. I'm just like, yeah, that's my asshole. The gaping maw of hell and the Sarlacc pit fucked, and that's what became my asshole. Throw on a couple of hemorrhoids and we're good. The catch is that taking myself into a hole here, literally.
Dude, the Sam Kinison, no doubt.
Catch is that it's okay to be an asshole and it's okay to have an asshole, because if you don't have an asshole, you're full of shit. Just use your asshole for good and not for evil. Even if that means letting someone photograph your asshole to get a slime ball off of your hoo-ha. Thank you.